I mean, when you're in the zone, like really like, just writing and it just come flowing through you. Do you really think that that's kind of an extension of like a bottom up of all of your experiences and all your kind of lifelong journey and everything? Or do you think you're almost getting channeled through, like, as they say, the muse, it's coming down through you and you're kind of working. So how do you write? How do you come up with things? How do you edit yourself? Kind of what's your writing process?
I mostly don't edit myself.
Okay. Well, that's easy. You just throw it out there and then we'll see what comes back,
I mean, like, say like the essays I write and have published, like there are people who like edit them and like do phenomenal jobs editing
Sure.
them.
Yep.
Um, but I think like actually, um, um, for both my fiction and non-fiction,
Mhm.
um, um, I guess I'm right. Really, I care deeply about style.
Got
Um,
it. Okay.
like like push me like the proper stylist, push me Virginia Woolf and Nabokov, and like I'm all there for
Mm.
it. Which means that like sometimes people like praise some of my writing for being important or something like that, and I'm like,
Did it
what?
catch your eye? Yeah. 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 Was it interesting to read? Did it flow well?
And like there are things that like that people on the internet have praised, like I thought were like crap. Was like the style didn't like what. So like what happens like when like something when like say like I've started writing something, I'm thinking about it for a long time in my head. Um, I think was it Toni Morrison who like talked about like that process of like just thinking about a story before like writing it, just like thinking about what you're going to say. And of
Yep.
course, like it's different for like nonfiction, because like a lot of like the nonfiction I write is like very heavy on research.
Yep.
Um, but like there is like a point when like there's no more research to be done. You have like all these pages of notes and you're just like now writing it. And like what I always do is that like um if I don't have the structure right, I'm going to go and like read things I love and like read people who did like things. I remember there
Yep.
was a time I was like really I'm writing this novel and there was a time I was like really, really struggling with it. I didn't touch it for maybe a year.
Okay.
And then I read Virginia Woolf for the first time.
Wow.
And it was very clear to me like what I need to do now. It was like, oh, she did it like that. Okay, we're going to do it like this too,
Yep.
right? Um, and also like with essays, I remember like I was writing something I was writing, and there's this guy called Wright Thompson. He did this wonderful profile of Tiger Woods for ESPN a few years
Okay.
ago.
Okay.
So I'm writing this thing, and I'm like, oh, he did it. When he writes about Tiger Woods, he has like a quotation from like Tiger Woods' his brother or sister or parent or something. I'm like,
Mm.
okay, I'm also going to open with a quotation from someone,
Right.
right?
Right.
Um, and then like when it starts like actually like there's a point when it just works and it's like it comes out as a bus and like you're sitting down for like 2 hours and you have like 4,000 words or something. Um,
And you're deep in it and you're loving it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
deep in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And and sometimes the thing happens where like I get really excited. Like if I feel like that sentence really works really well, I get excited and I'm pacing around my house and I'm like, yeah, yeah, here,
Yeah.
cool, cool, right? Like I'm sitting down on my computer and like writing the sentence and like thinking about the sentence and um like there are moments I think like my favorite moments of inspiration is like
Ooh. Okay.
I used to walk a lot. So like when I walked, I would like think about something and like send myself an email on my phone.
For sure.
Uh, but like nowadays it's like I'll be in the shower. So like after I finish like the actual process of showering, I'm just like sitting there sometimes for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I'm just like sitting, right? And I used to like make sure I had like a notebook
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or like computer near the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Like something comes in a sentence.
Mm.
Like that is the sentence I was looking for. Like get out of the
I
shower
will
and
get out of the shower.
like my hair is still wet. So like I'm on the computer, but I'm like my head is like this. So my hair doesn't report onto the laptop. Um,
It's great.
Yeah, like those
Well,
moments
you're
when you
committed.
just
Yeah. Well, it seems like you're committed and you're like the epitome of the subreddit shower thoughts. You know what I mean? As soon as something comes up, you gotta strike while the iron's hot. And honestly, that's a good like psychological trick for me. It's like once it's kind of up, you gotta write it down. Gotta write it
just gotta
down.
write it down and like see where it goes. And if it's a sentence, because like mine like comes like in the form of sentences, you just like go with that sentence and like the next sentence and the next sentence.
Sure.
And then at some point you're like, yes, I've gotten it. I can go like take a break, but like I've gotten the voice, I've gotten the structure, I've gotten the style of this.